me.
You know, we already discussed what was on the state of play and whatnot,
Yeah.
but the shocker to me this week was the free PS Plus games for March.
Yeah, dude.
Like I wasn't even really thinking of like, oh, what they could come up with, to give us or whatever. But they dropped some bombs, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, the fact that we can get this Final Fantasy VII remake,
Dude.
for free 99 is like nuts. Because I mean,
How much is it? 40
it looks
bucks,
crazy.
Right? It's a $40 game.
I think so.
Okay.
I think it's about $40 or something
And
like that.
I would say, probably to most fans who play the originals,
Fantasy
it's
series
probably
and
like
stuff, yeah.
they probably bought it day one at $40. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying this game is not worth it. This game's probably worth $40 for sure.
Right.
So we're getting like a relatively recent game that just came out last year.
Mm-hmm.
So PlayStation is doing awesome. Like, I'm not saying they're rivaling Game Pass, but they're actually
They're giving some good
they're
gems.
relevant. They're offering relevant games.
Right.
Especially to people who maybe took a break from PS4 for a while, like me.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these games I don't have. Games like Remnant I do have on the PC because Epic Store gave that away.
Right. Remnant from the Ashes. Right?
Remnant from the Ashes. So I do want to maybe mess around with that, see how it compares.
Mm-hmm.
See how it plays. So what was that VR game? Because I know you're super pumped about VR.
Yeah. So Farpoint was another one of the games that was announced. From what I know on that one, that's a strict PSVR game. But I mean, you could be able to play it on controller, and I just didn't catch that point. But I did see that, when it originally came out, they offered it with a PSVR controller.
Okay.
It's like a gun or whatever. So it was just a standalone gun apart from the move controllers that you had and whatnot. And I heard that thing was like a great game.
Really?
The gun is good, but like I heard it was a fun game to play.
Okay.
It was like one of the best ones
Damn.
that you could get for the PSVR.
Wow.
And there's like two other ones that I heard like were really good, but Farpoint was like always recommended as like a good game.
So are you pretty pumped to play this one?
Yeah, I definitely want to try it, because I've wanted to buy it.
Yeah.
I couldn't find a bundle with the controller after a while because it was just sold out. I mean, at one point it had gotten pretty cheap with the bundle, and that shit went. You know what I mean? Because the controller alone is like, $80, 70, 80
Is it like
bucks.
the gun with you put the PS Move in it?
No,
Or-
it's literally a gun that has a stock on it, and
Okay.
the move ball is on the front, so you don't need a move controller for it. So you could
it
just
already
buy
has the
that
Move
gun and it was
integrated
already
in it.
there. Yeah.
Because didn't they release some attachment back in PS3 days? It was like
PS3 had a definite like gun
And you
stock
could-
or
you could
whatever that you
stick
could stick your
everything in.
controller
Yeah,
in
yeah.
there. But this one was a gun controller
Ah.
that was made to be a standalone
That's
controller on its
awesome.
own. Yeah, and it has like a little thumbstick on the top of it,
Okay.
and then one at the bottom or whatever. So like when you're holding it, you can move
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff. But Farpoint is one of those that propels you forward. It's like a conveyor belt or
So,
whatever.
okay.
So you just
it's like
move
House of the
forward
Dead
and then
kinda
you
thing.
shoot the.
okay,
the
so it's like
creatures
House
and
of the
stuff like
Dead.
that. Right.
Um,
Well, House of the Dead, don't you stay still and the zombies come towards you?
yes, but it progresses you.
Right.
You don't kind of navigate.
You don't walk.
Yeah.
Right.
What was that old game on PS1 and 2? Crisis? That's the one where like you're on like rails and then it's like taking you through the whole.
Okay.
and
Yeah, I don't
that's the
think I
shooter.
played Crisis.
I think it's called Crisis, but yeah.
Okay.
That was a dope game back in the day. But yeah, I love those kind of shooting games. I love those.
Yeah, so I
Love
mean,
games.
definitely, if anybody has a PSVR and hasn't played that one, yeah, I would definitely recommend to play that one, and check it out. It's free,
Yeah.
So I'm definitely gonna be checking that
Nice.
out. And then the other one, the bigger one, to me, was the fact that they're giving us another PS5 exclusive.
Oh yeah.
For free, and it's Maquette, and that's an indie game, but at the same time, it looked great and it looked
yeah,
cool. You
for
know what I
sure.
mean? It looked like an interesting puzzle. Basically you're in this like magical world or something like that, and you have a replica of that world or that town in the middle of the town, and you're using the town and that replica town to move pieces around to solve the puzzle to get you to like the next areas and open up areas and stuff like that. So it's like taking a fork and then putting a fork in the small replica town and then a fork appearing in your town so that you can use it to cross a bridge or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, so I thought that was cool. The fact that they were giving us that, you know, I mean, when that was announced, it was not announced as if it was going to be a PS Plus game.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah, we talked about this game last year, and I love puzzle games, so I'm definitely gonna play it.
Yeah.
But even better that we're getting it. It just comes out in March, right? Like it's not currently out.
Yeah, no, it's
so you get it day one essentially.
Right.
So that's even better. Have we got day one? Yeah, we got day one games. Rocket League is a good
So far, every month this year we have gotten a day one PS5 game release.
Oh yeah, that's
I believe.
Because we got Destruction All Stars was day one.
Was February, right?
Bugsnax. Right?
Bugsnax was a day one when it released, but that one was in November.
Yeah.
November. So it was like a November, December, or whatever. You got Maneater, which was a PS5 game. I think that one in January, or was that one in February as well?
That was January.
Okay, so essentially we've gotten like a free PS5 game like every month.
Yeah.
So to speak. If you're just starting from like Bugsnax, Destruction All Stars, and then Maquette, and we're only heading into March.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's some nice lineups, which leads me to believe that we might have a lot more in store for us with a lot of these indies that are specifically on the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
So
That's
I'm
true.
thinking that regardless of how many times Deathloop has been pushed back, I think Deathloop might be coming on to the PS Plus, as like, the first month is, you can get it for free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you got it, like, I don't see why you wouldn't
Yeah.
grab it.
I mean, if PlayStation Plus keeps up with these caliber of games, I do think it is a Game Pass competitor, 100%. If they keep up with these caliber of games, because let's face it, a lot of us, we buy our PlayStation Plus subscription at like fraction of the price, maybe 30 or $40.
Yeah.
And we're getting that money back in 1 month. Like after me playing Maneater, I definitely want to pay $30 for that.
Yeah.
Maybe 40. That's a freaking
I mean,
sick
I
game.
think that game came out at like maybe like 50 or 60 bucks when it first released, but it slowly went on sale pretty quick. But yeah, I mean, that's a great price.
And the Final Fantasy game, I definitely want to paid it at some point, $30 or whatever.
Yeah, I wouldn't have paid for the Final Fantasy game, but it did look good. So, like, if you hadn't seen that game, if you'd never played that game before, I'd be like, hey, if you really like Final Fantasies, you know what I mean, give it a shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a remake, so, they brought it out again. I wouldn't pay for it, but the fact that it's free,
you don't have to.
Yeah, like I'm still not gonna play it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play it probably. I don't think I'll ever pop it in just because I'm kind of over Final Fantasy games to an extent. I mean, I might try 15 because it's not turn based. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be like a little bit more faster pace. So I still wanted to try that or whatnot, but I mean, it's always great to have in the library. Somebody might want to try it out, or I might be like really bored and just be like, you know what, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
For
sure.
Yeah, so I mean, I really like the games that we've been given so far this year.
Yeah.
Off of the PlayStation Plus, because there's always been like one or two games that I would definitely play or have played or whatever on there. So
yeah. One thing though I want to say is I have a feeling that there will be a PlayStation Plus price hike this year. I think. I think at the end of this year they're gonna announce that there's a new price.
Really?
For PS Plus. I feel that way.
Okay.
Because before it was kind of in line with last generation's game price, right? So $60, games cost $60.
Yeah.
So I think this year they might say, hey, it's $69.99 because that's how much games cost. I just have a feeling because they're giving us amazing games, better than we've ever got before. A lot before it was just a bunch of little indies, and then
they were old as shit games that they were giving us before. There might have been like one good game out the bunch, but it was just like old. It was like 4 years old.
Yeah, and a lot of them were like even backwards Vita games, which I still need to I want to buy your Vita from you because I got like, a bunch of Vita games that I never played. So
yeah.
I definitely want to play those. But that's my prediction. This year, they're going to announce a price
That's your
increase.
hot take?
Yeah. Because these games are way too good to just, you know, if we paid just $60 for PS Plus, we're getting a great deal.
Yeah.
So-
Almost makes me want to like stockpile some of them now when they're like $34, you know, to
so you can just stack?
Yeah. So you can stack it for a little period of time.
Why not?
But I think they'll still, you know, if they're selling it for $34 now, they're probably gonna sell it for like maybe $40 or something like that down the line. You know what I mean? So I think you'll still always be able to have those deals.
Yeah,
I don't
for
know
sure.
why or how they get the codes or whatnot for them.
Yeah.
But hey,
Maybe they're buying bundles or I don't know.
yeah, I'd be
But-
looking at like random websites that, you know, like where the hell, like I've never heard of this website before.
Yeah.
But you know they're selling.
That's
them
what.
shits
That's where I
like
got
oil.
mine. I think like G2A or which one?
Anorama or something like that. I
Some
heard,
random
something.
sketchy one. Then they try to sell you insurance with every purchase. Like they're like, oh, sign up for this premium service or sign up for
Yeah,
insurance
get
for this
insurance
purchase.
on your PS Plus subscription.
I'm like, what? Like, because it's like third party marketplace. You know, people are set. You know, it's kind of like Amazon fulfilled by Amazon.
Right,
All these
right, right,
websites
right.
are just like having people sell stuff. So I just think it's funny. Like they're trying to sell you insurance on your purchase for like 50 cents.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, oh, buy this guarantee. We guarantee this works.
Yeah.
But it's hilarious. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to the year. I'm looking forward to more PS Plus games.
I love you, me.